What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CONCACAF video. And we got a special one today, and that's because we're leading up to one of the most important games in CONCACAF that we come across in every 4 years, and that is the qualifying part. Obviously, this year is going to be a little bit weird because we have three of the top dogs being not eliminated, but already grandfathered in to the World Cup. So it's going to make things a little bit more interesting, especially with this expanded format. There's a big possibility that we're going to see teams potentially reach their first World Cup ever. So I'm curious to see if that's actually going to happen or if it's going to be some of the big names that you would expect to make it. But I'm going to start off with the first game, Will, and just so we all know, and you guys can probably see by the title of this video, this is only going to be the September window. We're only going to be covering the first two games for each team and each group. We're going to kick it off with Group A, with the very first game being Suriname versus Panama in Suriname. Will, I'll let you hit this off first.
Oh, God, dude. This is such a... what a game. What a game to start off with, man.
It's a scary one?
Yeah. I just, if you don't mind if I just read real quick, dude. I'm with you, Julian. These are, I want to really push to all our fans out there. Obviously, like Julian said, U.S., Mexico, Canada are not competing in this. They've already qualified as the hosts. These games, I will say for myself, Julian, you might be a little bit different. Obviously, you guys have had the luxury going to 6 World Cups, but not every other team in CONCACAF, nobody else within these qualifiers has done that. Honduras has had 3, very iffy. Panama, obviously, we did ours. El Salvador qualified back when I wasn't even born, so it's a very different scale. But these, like you said, dude, I really just want to reiterate what you said. These are the biggest games of a lot of our lifetimes. I don't want to pressure it. I don't want to sugarcoat it and say that, no, this is what we've been playing for. All the Gold Cups, all the Nations League, all the friendlies, all these added on games, all the Copa America qualifier, all that stuff was all for these games. So let's the fun begin. Let's have fun. But yeah, Suriname, Panama. Oh, it's a hard one, dude. I'm going to go for the 2-1 win. Or I'm going to be real. I could see a 1-0 Panama win. Suriname's a tough place to win, dude. Like, obviously, Costa Rica's had their moments there. You guys tied last time y'all were there. So that's why I'm not fully on 1,000% the boat if we're going to win. The big debate right now, obviously, and we'll talk about it more and more to the games, is who's going to be our 9 striker. So that worries me still a little bit. And also a little bit in the midfield. We need other guys. We need other playmakers there with Coco and Fulo, But I will say that is Suriname's weakness. So I think we'll be able to kind of run them off the park a little bit there. So, but yeah, give me a 1-0 win.
I'm going to go exactly the same. I thought you were going to be a little bit more favorable on your side. But yeah, I'm going 1-0 here too. And I think it's going to be a sloppy one. I think it's going to be a tough game to play at. It's going to... Suriname's always best at home. That's when they tend to get their biggest results. They did the last qualifying game. They did get a draw 1-1 against El Salvador. So that's something to kind of tip your hat to, considering that the performance of El Salvador not being so great. But yeah, man, I'm going 1-0 here. I am worried about the ability to score. I mean, Coco's a great creator, but he's also, he could play at 10, but he's not like a 10-10 per se, not like a true attacker. So that is another piece too that you guys could benefit from. But yeah, man, 1-0 here. Panama just squeak it out. Next game we have that's happening the same day and looks like the same time as well. We have a Guatemala versus El Salvador. What do you got?
This is an interesting, dude.
This is a fun one.
Oh my God, man. This is a fun one. This is Julian. You want to talk about peak CONCACAF ball? This is peak CONCACAF ball, baby. Listen, all our neutral fans out there
in Guatemala City. I just want to say that.
Yeah, in Guatemala, wherever you guys are tuning in from, tune into this game, my boy. I don't care if you guys are in the Netherlands or if you're in freaking Mount Kilimanjaro or wherever you're at in the world. Check out this game. This is peak CONCACAF ball. I mean, you want to talk about scrappy, dude. This is gonna be it's gonna be a war on that field. It's gonna be bad.
Man. It's gonna.
All that being said, I am gonna give Guatemala. I'm gonna give a 2-1 victory for them.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Guatemala here. I think Guatemala. This might be a hot take. I think they're going to wipe the floor with El Salvador. I've just been so low on El Salvador, and I think Guatemala is kind of peaking at the right time. Hopefully, they can take that momentum they gathered from the Gold Cup and all that motivation and everything that they've been able to, bring about the past couple months. I got Guatemala here 2-0. Yeah, I got them there. Let's move to the next game that's following the following week in Group A. We have El Salvador versus Suriname in San Salvador. That's another one. So this is going to be a rematch from what we saw a couple months ago. Last matchup was a 1-1 draw. So, Will, who do you got here?
Good question. I'm going to keep it at a 1-1 draw. I agree with you, dude. I think, obviously, if Panama struggles at scoring, then what is El Salvador? I mean, dude, I'm talking about they're hungry. Like, they are absolutely starving for goals. Like, this team it's atrocious. I think Brian Hill can create a little bit. They're going to have Nathan Ordaz back. Obviously, they didn't have him this summer. I kind of see it similarly playing out how it did back in June in the second round of qualifiers for them. Barely squeaking a result. I think Suriname's going to get unlucky. I could see like a penalty last minute for El Salvador, just giving them a point. Another little side note, it's a big debate whether this game is going to be played in the Cuscatlán or if they're going to be playing over at the new stadium. I forgot the name of it, but in
As
San
it is
Salvador,
right now, it's playing at the Cuscatlán.
The Cuscatlán. Okay. Which would be,
I think, would help them out Wikipedia. A little bit. So
okay. But
I'm actually going to do 1-1. One a little worse. I'm going 0-0 here. I think that field is always just so bad. That field is terrible, and it doesn't promote pretty football. And I think they do that on purpose. That's my little conspiracy theory. It's to prevent teams from scoring so much.
Yeah. I wonder why. Yeah.
And I don't see how Suriname's going to be able to get a goal here. I think they're really going to struggle being away from home in that field, in that environment. And then also at the same time, I don't necessarily see El Salvador trying to, not trying, obviously they're going to try, but not being able to actually put a goal in the back of the net. I think this is just going to be a slog of a match. I don't see either team scoring here. I'm going 0-0. And we'll move to the final game of Group A in the September window, and that is another rematch. We have Panama versus Guatemala in Panama City.
Yep. Listen, dude, reports have already been coming out. Romel Fernandez is about to be sold out. The away section, which we normally sell about 4,000 tickets, the Guatemalans have already bought them up.
Really?
That's
going to be a fun environment.
It's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be electric. I think it's going to top what happened 2 years ago whenever we played. They do. Like I said, I think this is going to top what happened in the Nations League a couple of years back for us in that Group A stage game where we hosted them and the environment was high, the stakes were high, and we won 3-0. I don't think any different of that game. I think this is the same. If anything, our team, we've just gotten better and better and better. Listen, dude, like I said, we've been peaking for this moment. Guatemala, I think, will put up a fight. I think the first half is going to be interesting, but I don't see a Rubio Rubin. I don't see Aaron Herrera. I mean, bro, Nathaniel Mendez, you guys are good and all for your little league. Oscar Santos this week got shut down by Plaza Amador. Tell me any different that Coto Cordoba and Fidel Escobar are not going to shut him down. 3-0, Panama.
This one, I'm not going 3-0 because I'm still worried with the ability to score. And I do know Coco should be back at that point. Obviously, he's been playing for Liga MX for Pumas. Man, I think I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. Part of me almost wants to go 2-1. A part of me feels like Guatemala's going to sneak a goal in there one way or another. But, I'm just going to commit. You guys generally tend to take care of business against lower opposition, especially at home. So I'm going to go 2-0 on Guatemala. I'm not going to go 3-0, but I'm going to go 2-0. We'll move over to Group B, man. Now, this one should be Jamaica's group of life here. They were pretty much gifted probably the best group they could have magically asked for, with the very first game being Bermuda versus Jamaica in Bermuda. Will, who do you got here?
Gosh. Dude, this is such a cakewalk. This is such a cakewalk for Jamaica. If Jamaica doesn't qualify for the World Cup, listen, all you Reggae Boy fans out there, get out of my comment section. Get out. You guys don't belong. I'm sorry. We put too much respect and we put too much talk, and I've tried to help you guys out. Yeah, no. I'm gonna keep it real. I think it's gonna be a Jamaica performance, 1-0. I don't think it's gonna be fancy. I think they're gonna get an early goal. Shamar Nicholson header off of a set piece. Ronaldo Cephas scores a banger. Park the bus. 1-0.
Arctabus against Bermuda. That's disrespectful. I'm actually going to go here. I think it's going to. I think it's going to be a shootout. It reminds me of kind of I think it was the Gold Cup qualifiers. I don't remember which island they faced. I think it was Antigua, where they won 4-2. I think it's going to be another one of those. It's going to be like a high-scoring game. I think Bermuda gets 2 on them somehow. Like, I just feel like they're going to fumble the back. And I think Bermuda's actually looked solid coming in to make it this far. Look, I don't want to put any disrespect on Jamaica, but also got to give flowers or flowers. Dude, Bermuda did make it to this point. The farthest they've probably ever made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jamaica drops 4 on them. But I don't know. I see a 4-2, man. 5-2, somewhere around there. 5-2, 4-2. I think it's going to be a little bit of a high-scoring affair. But yeah, I'm probably going to get flamed on that one. I think we're both going to get flamed. I think we have 2 opposite spectrums. You have 1-0 or 2. What do you have? 2-0?
1-0.
1-0. See, I have like 5-2 or something like that. So we'll move on to the next game. This one's going to be an interesting one. We have Trinidad and Tobago versus Curaçao in the port of Spain. Will, who do you got here?
Trinidad doesn't lose at home. They had obviously for us, it was a completely overwhelming. I think for a lot of Trinidadians, I think they had a solid summer. I think they got a point against Saudi Arabia. They got a point against Haiti, when in all reality, they should have won that game. They were a man up. But I think, obviously, like we've said multiple times, at Port of Spain, this is their fortress. They're strong there. World Cup qualifiers. Curaçao's kind of new to this in the World Cup sense. Trinidad's not. Trinidad's been to a World Cup. They're held by Dwight York, who is a World Cup player and a world-class player at that. So I think Trinidad at home is good. I'm going to give them a 2-1, though. I'm going to give them a 2-1.
I'm going to have to completely agree with you. I like this Curaçao team, but the one wild card is Trinidad is good at home. I mean, we've seen them get results against the USA, which is at times the best team in CONCACAF, and that's saying something. But Curaçao is also coming off, I think, a pretty nice showing from what we've seen in the Gold Cup, like the performance against Canada, for example, where you could arguably could have said that they won that, should have won that. But it's such a weird one because I'm so low on Trinidad right now. So you think they had a good summer? I don't think they had a great summer. I thought they really struggled.
I think
they struggled in the
previous round. Think they had a good summer, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like that Haiti game, like that was Haiti gifted it to them, and they couldn't get it a result. They did get the result against Saudi Arabia, which, say what you can about that, this was a bad Saudi Arabian team. So I don't know what to expect from them necessarily. But I do think they just have a little bit of a slight edge in terms of quality on their team. And like you said, just them at home, they usually tend to take care of business. So I'm going to go 2-1 as well. We'll hit the next week, and that is Jamaica versus Trinidad. This is going to be at Kingston and Independence Park.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm like flirting. Like I'm talking about, I'm throwing a pickup. I'm throwing a pickup line. I'm kind of eyeing a little bit. I'm at the bar right now, and I'm thinking about ordering that drink for that girl. Dude, I'm genuinely tempted to say draw. I will give the benefit of the doubt because at home they are solid as well, and they're not a bum team at home, and they've pulled out results before in qualifiers as well. I will say, I will give Jamaica a 1-0 win. I think similar to the Bermuda game, get an early goal, first half, maybe early in the second half, park the bus. And I could see them doing that.
I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to say 2-1 Jamaica. If this was a better Trinidad team, I would almost be extremely tempted to pick them to win this game because that's how low I am in Jamaica right now. But just as low as Jamaica is right now, I also feel that same way I get with Trinidad. Trinidad just does not give me the feeling that they're going to be able to pull this one out. So especially away from home, which like we said before prior in the previous game that they struggle away from home. I got Jamaica here 2-1. I think it's going to be a little closer than we might think. But yeah, I'm going 2-1 here. Now, in terms of the final game for the September window of Group B, we have Curaçao versus Bermuda in Curaçao.
Yeah.
Williamstown.
Curaçao wins. Yeah, and Curaçao is another good team as well. Like a lot of the Caribbean teams, they're solid at home. I think the Bacuna brothers are going to be back. I saw Juninho had a little bit of a hiccup. He hasn't started the season yet, but he will be coming back in. I think he'll be primed for that game. I think Bermuda's going to try to make this thing very physical and very nasty. They're going to kind of get into the grunt of CONCACAF. They're going to kind of see it. But Curaçao's not really necessarily that team to get. I think very, very physical and play like a lot of counterparts in CONCACAF ball. But I think at the end of the day, I think Curaçao has not only the talent level above Bermuda, but I think they also have the execution rate to be able to put goals away. I'm gonna be a little bit nice. I'm gonna give a 3-1.
I'm gonna say 3-1 too. I like that score line, and not just I know I try to be different, but I really like that pick. Now, the one curious like storyline coming into this game that I'm really interested to see is, how does Curaçao react when they are now have to become the enforcer? And I'm gonna say, like, I haven't seen a ton of Curaçao ball and how they play against lower level opposition. I've only seen them in terms of playing against higher level opposition, where they have to play that antagonist role where they're playing in transition and they're trying to catch the other team off guard. Now, this is a game where they can't necessarily do that. They're going to have to take control of the game. And I'm really curious to see how well they performed in that kind of position. But overall, I think they are going to succeed in that. I think just in general, they just have more talent. And with that, I'm going 3-1 here. So let's move over to the final group, and that is Group C with the first game. And this is a nice one. So this is going to be Haiti versus Honduras. But this is going to be played in Curaçao. This is technically a home game for Haiti, obviously, with the political situation that's happening in Haiti. They cannot play at home, so which I think hurts them tremendously. But they're going to be playing on a neutral ground. What do you think of this game?
Ooh, you know what's crazy, Julian? Originally, this was a thought. I bet I know you have to be so happy. They were going to play this game in Miami. Miami.
I wanted to say that. I don't know why they didn't.
No. Well, dude, that helps. Think about it. If that game's in Miami, that's a sold-out Honduras crowd. Honduras wins that game.
Dude. There's a lot of Haitians.
There's a lot, but
there's more Haitians than there is Hondurans.
I don't see them pulling up to the game like that, though. I agree. Like,
I've seen it with my own eyes, dude. I've worked like I've seen a lot of Haitians.
World Cup qualifier,
50-50.
I see. No. Okay, that's a topic for another day. Regardless though, I will say I think it benefits not just you guys and Nicaragua. I think that game's there. I think that's automatic 3 points for Honduras. The fact that it is in the in Curaçao, so a little bit different. Obviously, I don't know the Haitian demographics. I'm not too fluent how much there are, how many Haitians live in Curaçao. Not really sure if the Honduranians are going to travel as well. I could kind of see this not being a bland game, but kind of, obviously it's a neutral ground, so it's going to be very interesting. As much as Haiti can scare this team, and I think they have the pieces, and I know they can cause problems, and there's no question about it. They can cause problems, and they will cause problems in this game. I still got to go with Honduras. I just think from what we saw this summer has been enough. Give me a 2-1.
See, this is an interesting one. Obviously, the second half of their Gold Cup campaign, they kind of played a little bit better. But the World Cup qualifiers leading into this, we were talking about how down we were on Honduras, how poor they looked. Now, it's just, I think there was they gave up like 2 goals to Antigua and Barbuda at one point in the previous World Cup qualifier round. And I just don't know which Honduras we're going to see, because to be honest with you, and we talked about it in the Power Rankings, I'm not super confident in that performance that we saw in the Gold Cup. Wasn't super reassuring that they're able to compete at this next to make the next level. And not to say Haiti has done that, because obviously Haiti tremendously underperformed, but I'm going to go a draw here. I think this game ends up 2-2. I think it's going to be really close. I think I'm not super confident in Honduras. I don't know what I'm going to get. Like, I really don't know what I'm going to get. And if Haiti can just get that final piece, and Haiti's getting, like you said, their best player back in Fafa Picol playing for them, things can get a little scary for Honduras. I don't know if this is necessarily a layup. If they were playing at home, I would for sure give it to them. But on a neutral field, it's going to be tough. But I still am from the belief like they should have played that. I think that would have been mostly Haitians at that game in a World Cup qualifying.
They would have made a lot more money instead of playing in Williamstad. It would have been crazy amounts. But
as far as they didn't play in DR, but yeah, we'll move to the next game. We have Nicaragua, the Gallo Pinto Derby. We have Nicaragua versus Costa Rica, and this is being played in Estadio Nacional in Managua.
Managua.
Why don't you hit it with us, Will?
Managua. Congrats on the Pinoleros. Pinoleros, happy to see them here, mixing it up a little bit in the pot with some of these other CONCACAF dogs. You know, I had thought about this a little bit, Julian, during the Gold Cup. This is a team that, and I will say that this was the last team that we played in qualifiers, and we beat them 3-0 in Panama. They're a tough team, dude. They're. You look at names, nobody really stands out. Juan Bereda is obviously the captain of this team. They've got a couple other guys. They got a couple dudes that play in Finland. Matthias Mokstred, he's half Norwegian. You know, he's making the move back. Shout out to Finland. Shout out to Norway. You know, I guess they're mixing it out there with some of Nicaraguans, so that's awesome. But yeah, I think this is, like I said, this is a dog team. This is a dog team. They're not fast. They don't have the pace. Obviously, they don't have the talent that you guys have on paper, but this is still a team at home. I've seen them complicate it with some people. I've seen them make it interesting with a lot of different opponents, but it's a tough task, dude. It's a tough ask, and I can really see, I mean, you guys have been prioritizing, regardless, you know, whatever the mentality is right now. I think a lot of the CR players, a lot of the guys, they have not been to World Cups, you know, in your locker room. So a lot of these dudes are hungry. I think they're ready to get out there, and I think they're ready to get that bag. So give me a 2-0 on Costa Rica.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the away fan base is going to be. It's not super common that you'll see Costa Ricans go to Nicaragua, but I'm curious if this is going to be any different, considering this is probably going to be the first time we play them in a World Cup qualifying that I can think of, at least. But if there's one thing that Costa Rica is good at, it's making World Cups in qualifying, and I don't see anything changing much after that. I think I'm not super high on this Nicaragua team. This is probably the best team that they've been able to assemble in a very long time. But I think Costa Rica pretty much mops the floor with this team. I think it's going to go 3-0.
No. You're at home, maybe. Not away.
You just said 2-0. I said 3-0. I don't think it's that much. It's not like
2-0's even flattering. I would go like a 2-1 if you're being, dude. This is an away game, Julian. I know. Real quick before we finish. I know we're almost done. Don't sleep on these teams, man. Don't sleep on these teams. I'm speaking from experience of when you sleep on, and Nicaragua is more of a minnow team than Honduras is in the CONCACAF realm. These teams surprise you, man. These teams will kick your butt, and dude, they play dirty. Sometimes the ref isn't on your side. The ref's not going to go your way. You don't like that call. The fans get in it. The players get at it. Next thing you know, you're drawing the game 1-1, and you're in the 80th minute. So don't sleep on them. But at the end of the day, I still think
I think at the one day I have faith that we can put up more goals. I don't know if Nicaragua can. They could probably get one. I don't know if they can get two on us, and that's the thing. Especially with Keylor Navas coming back, I just don't see that happening. But anyways, we'll move on to the next game. We have Costa Rica versus Haiti, and this is in San Jose. Now, this one's a little bit scarier for me. I'll let you start it off first, though, Will.
Oh, man. I feel like this is almost not the easier one, but I kind of go a little bit different. I would say the Nicaragua game, because it is the first one, is a little tougher. I think you guys are winning this one 3-1. A 3-1 or a 2-1. I think now, when I say 2-1, I'm talking about you guys get the first two goals first half. Francisco Calvo, header, set piece. Kenneth Vargas, sniper outside of the box, dude. And then Haiti's playing chase all game. And you guys sit back, and then Haiti scores a goal, maybe 89th, 87th minute, and the game's practically done at that point. I have, like I said, I'm going to go, you know what? Yeah, I'll go 2-1, but I don't think this is a full-on uncomfortable game. It is fully how much you guys make it. I think Estadio Nacional is going to be sold out, packed out, like many other stadiums in these qualifiers. So I think you guys obviously have home crowd going in your way.
Yeah, I think playing at home, we're really good at home. It's hard to beat us at home. I'm going to go Costa Rica 3-1. I think we are going to give up one. I respect Haiti's talent and what they're able to do. And one thing that scared me a lot, and I'm curious to see if they're able to remedy, if PO is able to remedy it coming into this tournament, is fixing the counterattack, which I think he will. I hope he will. So with that being said, I think Haiti's going to get one on the counter. But like you said, we should dominate the game. And Haiti's going to give us the ball anyways. And we've shown that we've gotten better at being able to break down low blocks that we saw in the World Cup, in the Gold Cup, I mean. So I'm going 3-1 here. But I do think it's relatively going to be comfortable, but I think it could get scary quickly. We'll move to the final game of Group C, and that is Honduras versus Nicaragua. Who do you got, Will?
This is, I think this is a slam dunk game for Honduras. I think this is where, especially in Group C, it's going to get real interesting. I think Honduras wins 3-0. Nicaragua's new to this. I mean, you had alluded to it earlier. I think this is the farthest Nicaraguans have ever got to this stage in World Cup qualifiers. Completely new territory for them. While in Honduras' case, not as much normally at this lateral stage. They get up for these games. I mean, dude, if I'm not wrong, I can't remember the name of it, their home stadium. I know Olimpia Motagua play there, but that's going to be rocking, dude.
Estadio Nacional Chilados Uncles.
Okay. I did not know that. I did not know.
I don't know how to. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that the town. It's like an
Tegucigalpa.
Yeah, it's like a native town. I don't know.
Shout out Tegu, man. Shout out Tegu. Had some boys went there this summer. They loved it, man. But yeah, listen, dude, I think Tegucigalpa is going to be popping. I think it's going to be rocking. Like I said, 3-0. I really could see Honduras pouncing early and kind of finishing the game out with Nicaragua. A little bit similar to how Panama played, incredible environment. Fans are going wild. Players are getting up for it. And in Honduras, this is a Nicaraguan team with due respect, happy for them that they're at this stage. But the defense it's not even mid. It's bad.
Did you have us barely squeaking out? You have Costa Rica barely squeaking out.
But you guys are away is the difference. I think home as well, but we'll get to that. But yeah, 3-0.
I'm going to go 2-0. I would go higher. I'm just not necessarily sold on Honduras' ability to score. But I do think that they have enough to at least put up 2 on them. So I'm going 2-0 here for Honduras. So I don't know if Honduras is really going to blow them out like that. But maybe. I wouldn't put it past them to be able to. But yeah. I'm going to go more conservative on this and go 2-0. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our predictions for the September window of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you want to see the following predictions for October or even our recap from the September window, please make sure to like and subscribe to the content and see more stuff just like this. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.